So does TB not a Hattori main, but just a Sword Legend main? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think so, yeah. I've seen him play both our. I've seen him play gun characters, Ada, and I've seen him play Hattori, but he's been playing Hattori for the most part the past month, I think. So definitely interested to see this.
First map is Thunderguard, and both players are going into it. Weapon spawns haven't come out yet. Both players going for an arm, but Logec finding the first side air. TB finds the spear, tries to go in for his side air and to follow up, but Logec picks up the lance, goes for that down air immediately, and TB's ready to punch with the side light, down light into his side air. Devastating from the spear, definitely does a lot of damage. Lands with the side air into a neutral light. TB is just finding all of the hits necessary, and Logec's found nothing, but there's the side, first down air actually comes out from the lance, but still Logec taking quite a beating from TB's Hattori.
Really fast-paced game. I'm surprised that it's starting out this quickly. I feel like Logec is just hoping that Roland's defense is going to keep up for him, but TB is taking the lead quite quickly.
Ooh, bomb explodes as he dodges over. But yeah, Logec finding the sword and immediately gets some damage in, finds that double D-Light combo. TB holds on to the sword himself, goes to the recovery, and holding on to it, gets that side air, puts him into the red, close to the kill percent, and that ground pound actually stops him from recovering, and TB takes the first stock.
Logec should definitely slow the gameplay down. I feel like playing really fast against Hattori is not the smart choice here. You should just go for the slower gameplay, sidelights into nairs, side into recovery, hit some more nairs, and then, yeah, keep it simple.
I think that's what he's trying to adjust to doing. He had the lance there, was able to hit TB, but still, he's taking a decent amount of damage on the stock. He needs to end this quickly. Weapon toss actually reads him for going high. Logec goes in for the haymaker. That's very dangerous. The ground pound barely dodges out of the way of it, but a down air comes out again. Logec's in danger of losing another stock to TB's Hattori. Ground pound actually connects this time, but Logec finds a ground pound of his own, and TB is forced to recover high. Logec misses the punish. Both players just kind of playing a little bit dangerous, but that favors TB over Logec. Side air actually comes out, and TB tries to hit him with that down air. He's got Logec into the red on his second stock.
I feel like TB will take the stock as well. Oh, cast this curse. Holy Lord. Alright. And we are almost not even. Logec has a lot of work to do.
Ground pound comes out, kills him off the bomb. That recovery, not actually killing Roland's defense, doing quite a bit of work for him there. Tries to land him with the neutral light, and a down stick actually clips him as he tries to recover from the side of the stage. Players, I am a victim of this myself. Whenever I see that Hattori signature being used, I always try to jump into it to do something about it. But the best thing to do there is either wait it out or throw a weapon into her. Do not try to attack that unarmed.
Wait, you're trying to tell me if there's a fire, you'll jump into it?
What
is this?
Yeah, I'm actually saying that, yes. I mean, well when there's not a when you have multiple lives, you don't have to worry about. Anyways, okay, Logec holding out of the sword. Hattori dives in with the side air. D-Light side air actually comes out from Logec, and Logec's actually doing a great job being able to bring this back. Logec brought to the orange. Recovery comes out from TB, but a recovery into a neutral air sends him already into the red. Logec struggling to land at all against TB's Hattori. Side air comes out. Logec trying to get as many nairs as he possibly can against Hattori, but finds that neutral light, tries to get that downlight follow-up, doesn't quite work out. And TB's taking this game away. D-Light Sider comes out, weapon toss, forces him to recover low. Weapon toss, once again, gets rid of that spear recovery. Recovery comes out, and the neutral sig actually hits him. I'm very surprised that hitbox connected.
Welcome to Roland. Actually, Roland's neutral stick has probably one of the craziest hitboxes in the game at this very moment. It's honestly ridiculous how it looks, but that is Roland's niche, and it's definitely not overpowered. I feel like it's actually very balanced because that's just Roland. So yeah.
Yeah, always being able to see that baseball bat come out is pretty cool. Ooh, Hattori goes in for that side air. Logec recovering with the lance, just being able to use the aerials, but the weapon toss actually will do it. No, Logec doing a great job recovering, but the ground pound connects regardless, and TB takes game one over Logec's Sir Roland. I feel like Logec adjusted quite well that match after the first stock, and I'm interested to see whether or not he can actually take control of the next game, slow it down enough to take advantage of the fact that he is Sir Roland, and he can do that, and maybe make TB play on his ground rather than play on TB's.
I feel like Logec is doing a lot of mistakes that he should not be doing, like very simple mistakes that are pressure, that are definitely because of pressure. Right there, he just jumps up after recovering. Like he had recovered, he got all his jumps, but he just jumps into a grab on. He could have swiftly just gone around, done almost any other option, but instead he tries to contest it with a throw, and that got him killed. But we'll see if Logec takes it a lot slower, like you said.
TB finds the first weapon and actually gets a decent amount of damage in with the spear, but Logec, unlike before, finds the sword first. D-Light comes out, misses the cider follow-up, but gets the weapon toss. Logec tosses his sword as an attempt to follow up with that cider. Cider lands, goes for a ground pound to connect. Recovery is thrown out, and Logec makes it back on the center stage, doing a good job of being able to trade evenly this stock. TB just jumping in and out with down airs. Neutral stick actually comes out and connects to the weapon toss. That's actually Very good for Logec. Finds the lance, goes in for a neutral air. Sidelight comes out, down air, nothing really connecting, and TB is very comfortable playing against Logic's lance above all else. Neutral sig comes out, doesn't enable a punish actually. A neutral air into recovery, puts TB into the deep red.
That's pretty funny. The weapon throw and recovery actually hit at the same time, but the recovery hit before the weapon throw, so the weapon throw canceled the momentum. And just like that, TB also kills Logec with a simple ground pound.
Yeah, that stock looking very reminiscent to the stock before in the last match that ended it, where Logec was able to dodge onto the stage just barely to recover, and he was able to punish it with a simple ground pound. TB doing a decent amount of damage to Logec. Logec tries to end the stock with a recovery. Neutral sig comes out. TB's unable to punish with that neutral air, and Logic's doing his best to try to end this. Mind's tossed off the stage, holds onto the sword, wants to get that D-Light Cider, but TB is putting in a lot of damage before he ends up losing the stock. Logec needs to end this quickly before he ends up losing too much of a lead once again. Cider comes out. TB is doing his best to be able to get damage into the sword. Recovery comes out, and Logic's sent into the deep orange already.
Well, right now, at this point, I feel like Logec has my syndrome when it comes to Lance. Back then, Logec does get knocked out though. Back then, when I used to play Lance, every time someone got into red, and there was weapons available, I would just toss my lance at them after getting a hit.
Two recoveries come out, just tossing Logec into the air. He disarms his weapon. Cider comes out, and Logec is about to lose his stock, and TB's about to have a solid stock lead. But no, recovery lands into his sidelight. He puts on a little bit of damage on the TB, holds onto the lance. I would like to be able to see him maybe able to use that weapon toss to be able to get something into it, because he's kind of throwing out moves. He gets one attack. It's kind of reminiscent of the first match that we watched today.
Oh yes, I agree.
Where TB's finding all of these hits and getting strings off it, and Logec finds all these hits and gets nothing. And as a result, we've got a stock lead. Mine goes down to the ground and nearly gets down here into it. Weapon toss comes out, and TB's just controlling the air as he jumps around Logec right now. Another pogo stick comes out. Mine nearly about to explode. Wow. Neutral lighted near it, and it actually explodes right afterwards. But a nice slide charge. Neutral stick comes out, and TB gets hit by a D-Light down air into another neutral stick. No, but the neutral light comes out, and Logec is actually taking control of the stock. But no, TB gets in with the unarmed, finds the spear, punched by D-Light side air. Logec has him on the side of the map, but his edge guards have not been too great against TB's Hattori.
Wow.
Okay, so
Just bases out the neutral light with Sessing again.
yeah, TB tries to read a dodge in, I think, with the spear using the neutral light, and Logec just throws out a side sig, which has a little bit more reach on that second hit, and KOs him off the side. Actually makes it even with 1-1, and he's putting TB into the yellow.
That was huge. That's definitely what Logec needed. But it is not too, he's not in the safe place right now. He's red.
Yeah, just got hit by a ground pound, and it was only saved because he got hit towards the stage. But that down air ground pound might actually do a lot. TB playing with fire right now as he's off the side of the stage with these ground pounds, but Logec gets hit off the stage with the ground pound, or a down air of TB's spear. Tosses aside, has the sword, but that Cider actually puts TB on the side of the stage. Gets his jumps back. D-Light Cider comes out. Logic's evening this up quite quickly. Another Cider!
Reads the recovery, jumps up instantly, and stares him back, and that is the end of it. Logec needed that and took it. It is 1-1, and the set just got closer.
Which is odd, because I definitely feel like that entire match was in TB's control up until the very last moment where Logec was able to find something with the lance, gets the sword, and he starts getting offstage combos. TB got so scared of getting hit by another down air or a ground pound from Logec after what happened on the left side of the map that I feel like that forced him to recover high, and Logec was ready to read that with that side air. It was very well placed.
Very well placed indeed, and it did catch him the victory, which you really needed. Yeah, it seems like Logec bans Hall and Black, and they're going into Kings, was it? Am I right about that?
I'm not sure. I wasn't reading it. Shipwreck.
Oh, the ship, yes. Ship.
So this will be quite scary for both players, especially against the sword, because the ledges are so small. If you get hit by that ground pound down air combo and you don't have your jumps or your dodge, it's over for you. And D-Light Cider already comes out. TB hits him with that neutral. He doesn't actually get his jumps back, barely makes it back to the stage, and the bomb bounces into TB, completely negating all of the damage he was able to get earlier on in that stock. D-Light Cider comes out. Logec was able to hit him with a Cider on the return, and TB holds onto the spear, gets hit by that tail end of that neutral air, and Logec is actually doing a decent job being able to trade out evenly with TB this stock.
Actually goes ahead as well, but TB comes back. Wow.
Ooh, that neutral sig not connecting and actually gets punished hard for that side air, and Neutral comes out. And the what?
Active frames.
Wow.
Active
what?
Frames. Yep. The whole has a lot of active frames.
I am very surprised.
Oh my.
That killed Roland quite early too. This is very confusing to me. So that was like, that had to have been the last active frame of that neutral sig, because that had so much force onto it, and that did not. I've never seen that. Either way, bomb connects, Roland killed off the top of the map, and both players are back in the even once again, both exchanging D-Light Ciders in a row. Ooh, neutral state actually comes out. Reading the fact that TB was dodging high, and Logec has a little bit more control over the stock than he did before.
Ooh, TB goes to the recovery to challenge it down air before it even comes out.
Down
TB,
air.
though, gets the gimp. Wow.
Excellent. Yeah, gets that down air into weapon toss, forces Logec to lose his stock, essentially. He doesn't have any more jumps back, and TB took what was an even situation and took a horrible lead over Logec here. Also denies all the weapons from Logec, doesn't... Oh, Logec dive kicks towards that weapon, and he's ready to punch with the neutral light. The neutral light from the sword being devastating. Neutral state comes out, D-light down air into side air, carrying Logec all around the map. Recovery comes out from Logec himself, sending him into the red. Holds onto the sword, gets it down air, tries to go for an air follow-up, but doesn't quite work out. And a D-light sighter from the spear puts Logec into the orange. Logec needs to end this stock quickly, otherwise it's going to be lost. Nair comes out. Another Nair might do it, but TB manages to survive that one.
Wow.
Second Nair comes out. Logec evens up 1-1. Not in the red yet.
That was interesting. Logec does a recovery on sword, but the force isn't applied because the last hitbox doesn't hit. So he just follows up with a Nair, and that's it.
Logec.
It's almost been intentional as well. TB though goes for these strange gravity cancels right now. Feel like he's fishing a bit too much for the kills.
It's possible, but he definitely has a lot of stock to work with. Logec finding an air, but not really getting any strings. Side air comes out. TB finds a down air. Just putting other damage on slowly. Goes for a down sig. Side air comes out. Sends Logec flying. Ground pound comes out, and that doesn't actually connect. Logec recovers high, and TB forces himself very high into the air. Side air lands once again. Another side air from that, just raw. Not without the downlight will kill, and a recovery does it. TB moves on to winner's quarters.